To save my people, I sealed my mind to the core of Kuele and fought alongside them within this city. Yet I never thought that my body and soul would turn against me, that I would come to harm even more people. Bona? Ah, so that's the truth then. Looks like my suspicions weren't far off. So not only is this not the secret abyss taming treasure, but based on the inscriptions carved into it, it is hazardous and should not be touched. As the world was plunged into disaster triggered by the subterranean kingdom, so amidst chaos was the legend forged. Eternatia laden with treasure, a jade of return that can cleanse filth. It's all a bunch of bunk. All those adventurers who laid down their lives for this, even my old man. Cheap, cheap. Are you trying to make me feel better? It's okay, Coco. I get you. Even if the legend of some sacred chalice turns out to be false, just setting out on that quest for it makes you a hero. That is the opposite of what you said earlier. So now you do believe it's about the journey and not the destination? I guess the other you was a fake you. The one I met wasn't real. And what's more, it seems we really do have ourselves a monster here. The one behind this, whoever you are, I don't know why you've lured all of us here, but whatever you're on about, it ends here. I might not even be one of those adventurers whose names shall be etched into the annals of history. But I, Bona, will put an end to this dark passage of history, with Coco by my side. In the end, the girl wasn't able to stop everything, nor was I able to save her. But awakened by her hand, I became a seed, and then, many cycles later, I met you. Dragon Sage? The nightmares retell a past of blindness and folly. The scorched earth presages a future of bliss and rebirth. Probably presages. Not a word I've ever heard before. Chosen of dragons, you have arrived at last. I have been expecting you for some time. Who are you? It matters not. What matters is that none may now interrupt our conversation. What do you think? Gorgeous art, no? Tell me, what do you see in this mural? I can't see the mural. So, a podium? What sort of fighting tournament do you speak of? What this painting depicts are the stages of evolution. Evolving out of the primordial elemental creatures into dragons, then evolving step by step into humans until you step onto the stairway to heaven itself. How puerile. How childish. This child thought that the true history of dragons in Teyvat could be wiped clean with such self-deluded fantasies. Evolution has always been a concept that belongs to dragons and dragons alone. To attain a stronger body, to gain even mightier power, we dragons have had to constantly adapt and transform ourselves based on our environment. That is how we survive. However, humans are exactly the opposite. Most of them can barely control elemental forces. The Descender tossed them into Teyvat, giving them the power to change environments to suit themselves. Hold on. Backtrack. Humans are exactly the opposite. Most of them can barely control elemental forces. The Descender tossed them into Teyvat. So a Descender, like me, our brother, or Alice, tossed humans into Teyvat, giving them the power to change environments to suit themselves. Huh. Yet these same weak humans are the ones who ultimately took over Datlan and the rest of the world. While we once mighty dragons, creators of high civilization, have now been relegated to wild beasts and livestock. Do you know why that is? Because they have archons? Huh. Compared to the Sky War I once fought in, these earthly usurpers are nothing. Besides, there are enough of us remaining even today to match them and their forces. Instead, this is what I believe, that we dragons are too powerful. We are a race imprisoned by force. The weak worship the strong, sons follow their fathers, peons serve their sovereigns. Races that by nature pursue power are bound by the very power that all too clearly orders their societies. After the Pyro Dragon's faked death, all that the descendants of the ancients knew was to kowtow before the throne, watching our civilization deteriorate by the day, marching inexorably towards decline. The Pyro Dragon's faked death. Our race had reached a dead end, but I found new hope for myself within humanity. Curiosity about the unknown, compassion for fellow humans, and the subsequent courage to take something far more powerful than myself. Despite being mere tribes in vassalage to the dragons and living in precarious circumstances, I knew that one day they would build a mighty civilization of their own. Humans really are something. Indeed, I liked humans, but if I wished to understand them, then observation alone was insufficient. I had to go and live among them, and through them, I hoped to save my race. And so I nurtured my beloved son, a dragon mixed with a human soul, who was raised among the human tribes. He would slay the decrepit old Pyro Dragon and descend to become the new dragon sovereign. But I did not count on that man, Zablanque, and more unexpected still was the betrayal of my own progeny. Human courage leads them to chase illusory hope and also brings forth terrifying uncertainty, just like the Jade of Return. So, the Jade, what is it? Well, if I must, I'd say it's like a beast trap for capturing the lions of Natlan. Lions? What do you mean by that? Well, the noblest of beasts, of course. But that doesn't matter. There are no lions in Natlan, and so no Jade of Return. Humans always love chasing after things that don't exist, so I created this legend for them. To test these legends, I donned masks and traversed their world in different guises. This isn't the first time that we've met, in fact. Of course, I have my foolish, greedy child to thank for this, who devoured enough souls for me to fashion these masks. Don't you find it all fascinating? More like horrendous. Really, I'm of the persuasion that experiments are a must. Ochkan's betrayal taught me that I still have much to learn when it comes to humans, after all. But I fear that this grace has run thin, and darkness will soon engulf this land. Ochkan bet once and won, but shall we dragons continue betting with humans like this? Be it humans or Yohualtzicuitan, the world will fall into peril again and again because of their inability to resist the dark foe. Chosen of dragons, hope resides within you. This is not the end. Take the token of the oath and go on unto the sacred mountain. Who's my little buddy? We shall meet again when all is done. And when that time comes, you shall be the one to decide matters, Koichi. This is not the end for you. Take that which is my part and set off on your journey. I believe you shall find the answer you seek at the end of your journey. You're finally back! Ochkan. Oh, did he die? you've returned from that memory, so why is Coco Ochcon still not moving? It's very tired. It's going to need a good long rest. Yeah, you do get tired easily when you grow old. Well, at least it can have a good rest now, right? Yeah. What did you see in the memory just now? You recount what you witnessed with Ochcon's mind to Paimon in the simplest way you can. You saw Koishi, and there was some weird guy with him on the Tonatia? Uh-oh. That might not be a memory, but something that's happening right now. Koishi might be in danger. You claim he just said a bunch of weird things, but Paimon's still somewhat worried. Let's hurry back to the Tonatia and check things out. But before that... Oh, yeah, the Golden Entreaty. Based on what Ochcon said, it has incredible uses, but it's also very dangerous and shouldn't be used lightly. We're going to have to tell Bona that. But then, we can't give it to her either, can we? We'll have to take it to the volcano with Koishi. Though we don't know what to do with it once we get there. About Bona... Oh, yeah, you saw her in the memory as well. Guess Ochcon's right. She really is from hundreds of years ago then. But how did she live for so long? It's like she's adventuring with us for the first time, and it doesn't feel like she's trying to deceive us either. Could it be that she's actually... Let's head back to the Tonatia first. We can talk about it then. Alright. We managed to find the Tonatia, so Bona and her father's adventures won't be considered crazy or groundless stories any longer. Plus, we got this Jade of Return, whatever it may be. Paimon's sure it's important somehow. So all in all, this adventure has been pretty meaningful. You've learned something too, Paimon. In that case, let's head back to the Tonatia when you're ready. Such a long cutscene. I didn't think we would ever be free. And we're still not done this quest. Moments of Awakening. Wait. Pick up. Ochcon's remains. I thought we said he was sleeping. Once the Python King, the Sacred Lord, and the Fell Dragon, fully dragon and fully human, he now slumbers here in silence until the end of time. That's sad. Can I teleport to this? Beautiful. I'm meant to be up there? Or down there? Is it down? Or is it... No, it is down. Okay. Are you alright, Koishi? Roar. What a relief. Storm was, a bit tricky to explain, but essentially she saw you and a strange person together in a dream. Did you run into any strange people on board the Tonatia? Roar, roar. So you did or you didn't? Roar, roar. Alright. You've absolutely lost Paimon there. Well, you're okay, and that's all that matters. Yeah, that's true. What about Bona, though? Where'd she go? Roar. Did you guys become separated, or is Bona really... Perhaps Bona was merely a character from a story. You're right. Ordinary people can't live for hundreds of years. We completed her unfinished adventure at last. At least. Yeah, and we also promised to spread the word about this adventure. So once everyone knows that we found the Tonatia, Bona will become a famous adventurer too, right? Then it's time to go to the volcano and find that person. And then, yeah, let's get to the bottom of all this. Are you talking about this strange person you saw in the memory? That said, who on earth is that guy? The one who left that golden pattern all along our path, maybe? Paimon's getting more curious by the minute. He also said he takes on different guises, so even if we have run into him, we might not have recognized him. Sure. You're curious as well, huh, Koichi? Now that we found one token, let's keep up the momentum and find a way to locate another one. Then we'll head to the volcano with Koichi. We should be able to get to the bottom of everything there and help lift Koishi's curse to boot. Sorry, Bona. We're taking the Golden Entreaty with us for now. We'll tell you the whole story once we've figured it all out. The Chosen One's promise completed. Okay. I think we have finished that quest line. All right, there's a teleporter over. There's still teleporters on this island that I don't have. And there's one all the way over there and over there. Ugh. So Betty. That one's underground. All right. Take me here then.